Hey everyone, it's Mrs. Brimlow, and in today's lesson, we're going to learn how to find volume of what we call composite prisms. So there's a copy of the notes linked, or you can find this in your packet. I don't have it with me, so I'm not exactly sure which page number it is, but this is what it looks like. So from our previous unit, we know that the word composite in terms of geometry means multiple. So when we're talking about composite prisms, we're talking about multiple prisms put together to form one prism. So when we look at it, we want to break it apart into the prisms we know, find the volume of each prism, and then add the total together. I am going to be using two different colored highlighters. I find it helpful visually working with these types of problems, but that's up to you what you'd like to do. So when I look at this first example, I see a triangular prism and I see a rectangular prism. I'm just going to kind of outline the triangle, not every part of it, okay? So there's my triangular prism, and then here is my rectangular prism. And so it doesn't really matter what we start with, but we have to find the volume of both. So let's start with the triangular prism. My cat wants to come say hi. Say hi. Oh, nice boy. All right, you need to go. All right, so let's start with the, once again, triangular prism. So since we're given a formula, that's what we should start with. So volume equals base times height of the triangle divided by 2, and all of that is multiplied by height of the prism. So the big H is always height of the prism, and that's for everything. So that means we're going to start by doing the base of the triangle, okay, which is right here, and it shares it with the rectangle. So if this is 8, then this side also has to be 8. So the base is 8, the height is 11, okay? So I multiply that divided by 2, and then I'm going to multiply that by the height of the prism. You can tell what the height of the prism is because it connects your two bases. So in this case, it's what the side length that connects the two triangles. So from here to here, that is the length I'm looking for. Now they don't give it to me, but once again, using my rectangular prism, if this side is 17, this side also has to be 17. So 8 times 11 is 88 divided by 2 is 44 times 17. Just going to pull up a calculator real quick. Here we go. So calculator, 44 times 17, 748 inches, and we're talking cubed. We're talking about three-dimensional figures, meaning that their space is three-dimensional. So it would be cubic, or to the power of 3. All right, so next we need to find the volume of the rectangular prism, which is just length times width times height. So length is 8, width would be 5, and the height of the prism is 17. So move this over. So 8 times 5 times 17, I believe is 680, but we'll double check. So 8 times 5 times 17, and then inches cubed. So step 3 is to add it all together. So we have 748 plus 680. And there we go. It's a total of 1,438 inches cubed. The one thing I did find on the last task and throughout the last unit is people weren't correctly lining up their decimals. So it's just something to be mindful of if you do end up having any numbers with decimals. So I'd like you to pause and try the next one on your own, and when you're all set, you can come back and go through the answer with me. So once again, we're working with composite prisms, so it's always good to start with what kind of prisms are we working with. I like to use highlighters so I can see my lengths, my sides, and to see the shape a little bit better. So we have this triangular prism, Okay. And then attached or underneath is this rectangular prism. Okay. I'm highlighting as much as I can. As you know, it's 3D on a 2D piece of paper, so a little hard. So I'm going to start with my volume of the triangular prism. So base times height divided by 2 times the height. Okay. So base times height, in this case, we're talking about the triangle. Big H means prism. So we find the area of the triangle, which is the base, and then multiply it by the height of the prism. So in this case, my height of my triangle is 4. My base here has to be 12 because those sides are parallel. So 4 times 12 divided by 2, and then times the height of the prism. So the height of the prism is what connects your two bases. So in this case, it's this length right here, which is 15. So 4 times 12 is 48, divided by 2 is 24 times 15. I think this is 360, but never hurts to double check. And it is. So 360 feet cubed. And then now I need volume of the rectangular prism. So 12 times 5 times 15. I'm not sure about this one. Let's see. 12 times 5 times 15, 900 feet cubed. Step 3, 360 plus 900, 1,260 feet cubed. Okay. All right, so you should now be able to find the volume of composite prisms. There will be a practice activity. However, I want to go over one more concept while we're here, and you'll find that on the next page of the notes. So, finding a missing measurement, which I'll only ask you to do when working with rectangular prisms. So, we need to work backwards to find whatever the missing measurement is that we have. So what do we know? We know that volume of a rectangular prism is length times width times height. And then we substitute in what we know. So in this case, we know the volume is 88. We know we have a length of 11 times width of 2 times some height that I'm not sure of. I can still simplify this because I can multiply 11 by 2 together, which is 22, then times h. So now if we take a look at it, this is just a one-step equation to solve. So I work backwards. The opposite of multiplying is to divide. So that means the height is 4 feet, okay, in order to get a volume of 88 feet cubed. So once again, a quick concept I wanted to go through while we were here. This is part of your notes. So today you're going to do more practice with composite prisms. We've got a few more problems you can try for height. If you have any questions, please let me know.